Welcome to another edition of the Ball Washer Podcast. Here is your host, Ryan Logan.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ryan Logan here with AJ Partinio, PXG Detroit. We're back. We're nearing the end of the bag. We're going to show you guys the full bag fitting next episode, but we're at hybrids today. Before we get to those, I want to touch on a few things. Big news since the last time we talked, man. One of the original guys on tour that I think everybody fell in love with, Anthony Kim, is making a return to golf. You excited? Were you an Anthony Kim guy?
I loved AK.
Yeah.
I played Nike staff back in the day, so he was a Nike staffer. So I always enjoyed watching him play. He's a really good player, and he had a little bit of fun. He's just an awesome dude overall.
Right.
But the reason I think that he's going the live route is because he needs to secure $10 million, right?
That's the reason why he left in the first place, right?
No, he got hurt in that insurance.
Well, that insurance policy.
Insurance policy basically said if you ever play PGA Tour golf again, your policy is void, right? So if he can ensure he's going to make $10 million, then why not go back to golf? And I don't think the PGA Tour was willing to just give him a $10 million check.
Right.
So I think that's why he went to live. I wish he was on the PGA Tour because I like the PGA Tour better. I like kind of like what Wyndham said, the legacy of it.
Right.
Everybody stacks up together instead of having two separate tours. But I understand it.
No, I agree with you there. I've been PGA Tour. I've talked about it on the podcast multiple times. I'm, PGA guy when it comes down to it. But I think if Anthony Kim's the same Anthony Kim, live fits him perfectly.
Yeah, he's a partier. He likes to have fun.
Exactly. I remember seeing some of those bar tabs that he would post online back in the day. But, and then the belt buckle's got to come back. It's going to be cool that he's coming back. We'll have to see how he hits the golf. His swing looks good, though, from some of the videos I've seen.
Yeah, he needs a haircut, but his swing looks good.
Anything else PXG-wise, man? What do we got going on?
So some cool things in PXG world. Black Ops is just out of control right now. The driver is doing amazing. We're seeing great results coming out of the store alone, just Detroit, but overall for the country. It's just super long, super forgiving. And then now we have the tour ahead too. So now we can dial people in even a little bit more with a little faster ball speeds, or swing speeds, or even if someone is older and hits the ball pretty straight but wants to add a little distance, the tour is a great option because it's going to spin a little bit less, go a little farther, have a little smaller head shape, probably be able to swing it a little faster. And then for the average golfer that's a little more crooked, Black Ops is perfect.
Right.
But the cool thing about Black Ops is we're actually getting non-staffers be playing our PXG driver.
That's huge. That's huge to have on tour.
Yeah. So normally we have a lot of our staffers. Some of them have 10 club contracts where they play our irons and our wedges, and I opt to not play our woods. And now more and more people are playing our woods that are our staffers, and then more people that are not even related to PXG are just like, this is the best driver out. This is giving me the chance to make millions of dollars. I'm going to play the Black Ops driver.
That's huge, and then hopefully that turns them into full bag staffers and continue running with it. Sweet. All right, so we got what do we got today? You got one over there?
Yeah. So what we're going to do today is we're looking at the Black Ops hybrid. It's very similar to the overall head shape of Gen 6. Obviously, we have the glossy crown now.
Yep.
A lot more carbon fiber. Biggest difference kind of runs all the way through the line, but different face material. A little more flexible, a little thinner. What that does is that gives us a little bit faster ball speeds, not just out of the center, but out of the toe and the heel like we were discussing with the driver.
Some more forgiveness there with it.
And then with the weight savings, we could actually thin out the walls to make it even more forgiving. Reposition some of the weights a little bit just to make this thing sound, feel amazing. And there's also ribbon here that also helps deaden some spin out of it. So we're seeing a lot of good results out of the hybrid. Higher launching, lower spinning for the distance. And then if it's someone that's trying to hit hybrids into the greens, we can always put a different shaft in there to add a little spin if you're a guy that wants to get this to land buttery soft on the green. But if you're a guy that hits maybe a 3 hybrid off the tee and you're looking for it to go a long ways and roll, we got a good setup here. So Black Ops has been awesome.
Let's do it. Let's hit some hybrids. All right, here we go. I'm all warmed up.
You ready for the hybrid?
Ready to go, man.
All right.
Yes,
so
sir.
First question is, what do you use your hybrids for? Are you more of a guy that's hitting these into par 5s, hitting them off the tee, maybe a long par 3? Are you a guy that's trying to hit them on the green?
So I'm going to throw a complete curveball at you. I've never used hybrids. wood's.
Nice.
Never used them.
Yeah.
But the ones that I've hit them from my buddies having them and stuff. And to me, I'd much rather grab a hybrid out of the bag and try to hit into a par 5 than grab a 3-iron and try to hit that. I feel like the consistency and the forgiveness with this outweighs that.
So the joke I always say is I can hit a stinger like Tiger Woods and Gary Woodland 1 out of 20 times.
Yeah.
The other 19 times I hit that 3-iron, it's not that good.
Right.
Like I hit it pretty good one, but the rest of them are not that good. I could hit it 200, I could hit it 250, I could hit it in the woods.
Yeah.
Left, I could hit it right. So for me, a hybrid guarantees me that I'm going to get close to the yardage that I'm trying to hit. So for me, I hit a hybrid, 3-hybrid, 250 yards. So if I miss it, I hit it like 235, front of the green.
Yeah, you're still all right.
Nothing too crazy, not too far left or right. So for me, I never played a hybrid until last year.
Okay.
I put a hybrid in bag, and I use it off the tee, and it feels like it's cheating compared to hitting a 3-iron off the tee. Yeah. Like you miss-hit it, and it just squirts into the right rough or left, like maybe even the right fairway, left fairway. It's very forgiving and a lot easier to hit. And you get the actual yardage that you're trying to hit out of it.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things I want to use it for is, like you said, longer par 3s. When I get to the 220, 215-yard par 3, instead of just trying to juice my, 4 3-iron and leaving it out right, topping it, whatever it may be, I'd rather come into a bag and be able to grab a hybrid, swing it nice and easy, and know that I can get it there.
Yeah, that's exactly what hybrids are designed for, and that's the reason why more and more people have them in the bag now versus before. Even tour players have hybrids in the bag.
Right.
Or a lot of them are doing like the 7-wood idea.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that last weekend at Pebble Beach.
Yeah, so for me, I don't really enjoy fairway woods. I play a lot of golf, but I don't practice as much as those tour guys do, nearly as much.
Right.
So I don't really, like looking down at a 7-wood, it's like really small. It doesn't give me much confidence. So a hybrid is much better for me personally. So normally, like I said, we've been doing this kind of scattered, right?
Right.
So normally we would be fitting you. We get your iron set up. You're warmed up. We know what your club head speed is. We know everything. And we go into hybrids. And that's when you decide, do I want a 3 and a 4 hybrid? Maybe even a 5 hybrid? Or do I want to get maybe a 5-wood and a 7-wood? 3-wood and a 7-wood? 4-wood and a 7-wood? Whatever the case is.
Right.
So today will be kind of interesting because what we'll do is we'll fit you for 1 to 2 hybrids. But then when we go to complete the full bag, that's when we're going to decide. Do we want to get a 3 and a 5-wood? Do we want to get a 4 and a 7? Do we want to get a 3 hybrid and a 4? We'll make that decision to finish out our bag.
Right.
But today we're just going to fit you for something that feels comfortable to you, that you feel like you have confidence in. Like you said, going for a par 5 and 2 or going for a long par 3 without feeling like you have to murder something.
Yeah, that's perfect. So everybody watching this, next week's video when we put it all together, that'll show you exactly. I know we broke down every club, in each of these videos. But next week we'll show you exactly, we'll run through the entire bag on what a bag, if I was walking out of PXG that day, what a bag of mine would look like when we put it in the order. So
so it would be 14 clubs. Has to have a driver, has to have a putter. I'll even tell you the retail value of yours so you have an idea of what it would be. And then everything else in the middle is a la carte. So it's all depending on the person.
Right.
You get a guy that, an older guy or a lady that's trying to really work on getting the ball farther, right? They might have a couple more fairway woods and a couple more hybrids. Then you get someone like me. I only carry 1 hybrid and no fairway wood right now.
Right.
So it's like I hit a hybrid 250. I don't really need to hit something 270 or 280. I don't really run into that situation a lot. So I have more wedges where someone else could have less wedges and more hybrids.
Right.
So it all depends on the person. That's what's nice about PXG is that it's one price for the full bag, and the middle 12 clubs are a la carte. It's whatever fits your game the best.
Another reason why you come and get your clubs fitted. That's why we've been doing these videos for the past, 12 weeks, however long we've been doing this. This is just showing you, and we're finally coming up to the conclusion of it and the culmination of it all, why it's so important to come and get your clubs fit. Because you don't know that. You could buy a set of clubs that has, all right, I got driver, 3-wood, 5-wood, 3-iron.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, I can toss that 3-iron out and get a 3 hybrid. Boom, I'm hitting better golf shots. That's why you come and get your clubs fitted, and that's why we're doing this whole entire video series.
Yeah, the biggest mistake that people make I would say is like golf clubs are so strong lofted these days compared to 20 years ago. So like in our XP set, our gap wedge is 47 degrees, which 20 years ago that was a pitching wedge.
Right.
So a lot of times people will go, all right, I'm going to get a pitching wedge, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to buy a 52, a 56, and a 60. But their pitching wedge is 42 degrees, so they have a 10-yard gap between their pitching wedge and their gap wedge, right? So they're like, I don't really have a gap wedge,
make
right?
sense, right?
So that's why we do here at PXG. We'll go through, and we want to make sure we dial in your bag so that you have proper yardage gaps, so you don't have any huge gaps, because we don't want you to have to knock down something to hit that yardage that you get all the time.
Right.
Because I don't know about you, but like anytime that I say I don't want to, I'm trying to not hit it to 70 yards or 120 yards. I hit it to 120 yards every time. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, I had this number again, right? So it's like we're just trying to make sure that all your yardage gaps are covered. But then some tips and tricks are like, you choke down 2 inches on the club, so you're almost down to the steel. That'll take about 5 to 10 yards off.
Right.
So you don't have to kind of do anything with your swing differently. You can just choke down on the grip, and you can control your distance that way. But yeah, we just kind of build your bag set up for the person that we're fitting. So every single person that we fit, it's a custom set for that person.
Yep.
We're not fitting you to match my specs, to match Marcus's specs, to match whoever specs. We're making custom fit clubs to you so that you can play the best golf that you can play.
Perfect. All right,
So,
Ray, hit this
Yeah,
thing.
let's hit the hybrid. So right now, I just got you.
Yeah.
So you were Tennessee orange, I believe, in the driver.
Yes.
Fairway wood. So
Yep.
I put you. We don't have a Tennessee orange for the fairway or for a hybrid. So I put you in a Tennessee white to start. That's a 3 hybrid. Just kind of get some base numbers off that.
God, I
and
love the look
we'll
of
kind of
this.
go from there and see. It's all right. We warmed him up, and then I talked for too long, so his back got tight.
I'm back to stiff.
Yep, he's back to stiff. So give him a couple swings.
This looks so good, though, just standing over top
Gives
of
you a
it.
lot of confidence, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So in our previous models, Gen 6 and below, we would have 2 heads. We'd have an 0311 head and an 0311 XF. 0311 was a little smaller, 0311X was XF was a little bigger. But what we've been noticing is that they're merging together, and the performances are pretty similar.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because of how technology advanced we are, you're getting a lot of forgiveness out of the XF, but you're also getting a lot of forgiveness out of the 0311, and the ball speeds aren't too much different. So
Right.
instead of having 2 lineups this year, we only have 1, Black Ops. So you're gonna get there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 hybrid, and they're all the same head.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Keeping it easy that way.
Yep.
Damn, I threw that thing out there.
Yep. That one went a little to the right. There we go. Started to turn it over. Maybe a little behind that one. Wasn't the best
Yeah, a little.
contact.
All right. This really is off of just what I was hitting the driver and stuff, like you were talking about. Excuse me, the gap between distances. We're kind of right on, pretty close to what you were saying with that. Not you don't want stuff too far apart, but you also don't want it too close to where it's no difference hitting this against
So one of the big things is about TrackMan and about indoor simulators that I want people to realize is, though yardage is up here, this is the most accurate system that you can get, TrackMan. But these yardages aren't. This is just a calculation.
Right.
It has nothing to do with wind, how firm the grass is, what golf ball you're playing. There's a lot of factors. Like we can obviously say, hey, we're playing a premium golf ball, so whatever. But you might hit it an extra 10 yards farther outside than you would inside.
Yeah.
That's why we always tell people to bring their clubs in, because they're like, oh, I hit it this far. And then they hit it 20, 30 yards shorter, and they're like, well, that's not accurate. And I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. We're just comparing your club against our club. If our club is 10 yards farther than yours.
Right, the difference being outside. I mean, yeah, just use common sense when you come to that.
I'm going to switch out your shaft. This is a good shaft, but we're leaving it out to the right, right?
Yep.
So what I'm going to
Which
do...
has been a little bit of a common theme throughout these videos.
Yep. But this one's a little bit of a stout shaft. So when I say stout, I mean pretty stiff. For a pretty high swing speed kind of guy. Low spinning. I'm going to throw you in our Tennessee Blue. So you had the Tennessee Orange.
Yep.
Tennessee White is a little bit on the faster swing speed side, lower spin. Tennessee Blue is a little bit more mid to high launch, a little softer. Hopefully I'll get that ball to turn over a little bit for you.
That's just bad swing.
But you can see, so first swing, I know it went to the right, but look at club head speed jumped up, distance jumped up. 2 under carry, 222 total.
Yeah, that's way more.
Isn't it crazy what a shaft can do?
It is. Again, I've said it how many times throughout these videos. This is why you come and get your damn clubs fitted.
The most important thing to get fit, the most important thing in fitting, in my opinion, is the shaft. Because it determines what head you play. It determines everything.
Right.
Because the shaft is really the key indicator of if you're going to try to hit it lower, trying to hit it higher, where the kick point is, how stiff or non-stiff it is.
Which, and honestly, I think that's one of the parts people don't focus on. I think that's almost an afterthought, is the shaft when it comes to grip or what, just in general, what driver am I getting? The latest and greatest. Forget what shaft's in it. I want to make sure the grip feels good. But you've seen over these past couple episodes, especially, what the difference the shafts can make
so
for
the
you.
common thing we see all the time is someone will say, "Hey, I always play a 9 degree driver," and they'll put a really low, and they'll grab a low launching shaft off the shelf, and they're like, "Man, I don't hit this 9 degree driver in the air at all."
Yeah.
And they come in here, and I'm like, "Well, I can give you a 9 degree driver. That's what you like." And I put a high launching shaft in there. They hit it perfect, and they're like, "Oh wow!" I'm like, "It's all you can't have low loft and low launch." For some people, it doesn't work, right? Or people be like, I always hit it, I don't hit it that high, so I want to get the 10.5. Then they get a high launch shaft, and all of a sudden they're hitting moon balls.
Right.
So it's like the shaft is super important because it really depends on what loft you get.
Yeah. All right, let's see if I can straighten one out here now.
All right. I got a couple more tricks to help you straighten it.
That one felt better.
Yep.
I mean, it's straight. I'm just pushing it out there.
Yeah. I'm liking the numbers, though. We're hitting it a little higher, spinning it a little bit more. All right, let me see that. Let's see if we can get you on a little bit more to the left here.
Yeah, because like I said, it's straight and it's far.
Yeah.
I just keep throwing it out there.
It's just going to take me a couple seconds. I'm going to change out some weights, all right?
All right.
All right, Ryan. So what I did here, so in here we could put a whole combination of weights in here. We have 2.5 all the way to 20 grams every 2.5 increments. Stock is a 12.5 in the back.
Okay.
What I did is I moved the 12.5 into the heel. So what that does is it slows the heel down, picks the toe up. So in theory, it should go a little bit less to the right.
Right.
And then I also took it from a 19 to a 20 degree. So the way woods work, when you add loft, you close the face slightly.
Ah, okay.
So hopefully this won't go as far to the right.
All right.
Those are a couple of our tricks we have to help you out.
All right, let's see if they work, dude.
Ball speed was great. How about that? 205 carry, 223.
That honestly felt like I got through it quicker too.
Yeah, and a lot of that is the weight. There's the weight in that heel.
I feel like I could, like you said, I feel like as I came through it too, I got to here and I could feel almost whip through that head of it, which is obviously what we want. That's a golf shot there.
Yeah, I didn't take any weight out. or add weight. I just reposition the weight in the
Right.
head to kind of customize that ball flight.
Okay.
Yep.
God, yeah, and that carry too.
Might stay out to the right a touch,
A little bit, yeah, a little behind it there.
but not as bad as it was before.
Still, yeah.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. You hit a 205 carry, you hit that one bad, you only lost 20 yards. And you hit that one,
Right,
smash
which-
factor went down, ball speed went down, spin just went up because it went to the right.
Yeah, that's just, you got to have a little better swing there, Ryan.
Yeah.
Ah, that one's out, right?
That was a bad one to the right, right?
Yep. Can feel it, though.
Yep.
Just got to bottle that first one.
Yeah.
Find that first one again. All right.
Straight below.
Yep.
Not a bad miss.
But again, I'll take
so-
that miss any day,
So
dude.
that's the par 5 miss that I like,
Right.
right?
Because that's going to take off for you, too.
240 out, 230 out, and you're like, all right, if I hit this perfect, I might get to the front edge. You miss it, and you're dead straight, 211. You're sitting 10 yards in front of the green. You just chip it up.
Yep.
Right? So it's like, that's why I like hybrids over 4 irons and 3 irons, because it's just easier.
The miss is 10, exactly. And we've said it how many times? Why wouldn't you want to? I don't care if I whip this out. My buddies go, "Oh, you're hitting hybrids?" Yeah, dude, and watch how I hit it. I'd rather have the confidence of that rather than try to look cool by pulling out some 3 and 4 irons and just hitting blades or whatever. So
Yep.
I'll take this miss all day.
Hit one more for me there.
All right.
That one sounded good.
Felt good.
Come on, turn a little. Oh, a little bit of a fade there. So see how every time that you hit it to the right, see how that spin number jumps?
Right.
Right? So that's not going to be affected too much by the shaft. That's just golf swing.
Yeah,
So
that's just figuring it out.
So on that one, you swung it 1.6 degrees to the left, but
Yep.
your face was pointed 3 degrees to the right. So your face to path is 4.4. That's why you get that right shot, and that's why it goes a little higher because the face was open,
Yep.
right? And a little bit more spin.
But again, that's just getting on the range and figuring it out.
Yeah, yeah.
That-
Like you said, we're in Michigan. It's been 3 months and we've been doing this.
Right.
It's not like you've been out golfing too much, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much just coming in here every week. or
Coming in
two,
here and hitting what we've
hitting
been
a few
hitting.
balls.
So.
So it's not like, and that's the mindset of a lot of people is, I'm not good enough to get fit for golf clubs. Well, we can show you that, like, you're not going to hit every shot perfect, but when you do hit your misses, it's better.
Right.
And when you hit your good shots, it's better.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
then
why.
you just get to the range and over the summer when it gets nicer out and start to figure it out a little bit.
And then the cool thing is with PXG, you get a spec check. Everybody that purchases clubs gets a spec check, so they can come back one time in a year, 30-minute spec check, and we'll dial it in. So whether it's irons and we need to do the loft and lie and bend them because your swing changed,
Yep.
or like we can change the weights around, we can change the houses setting around to better perform for your game.
Right.
So
Cool.
hit another one with that. I'm going to try one more shaft. Kind of like where that one's at so far.
Would you got pulled down the phone or something? No,
There it is.
That was good. Ball speed jumped up. I like that one.
Yeah, that felt good.
All right, so I like this shaft. This is the Tensi Blue.
Yeah.
So I think this is probably, could be the winner. I'm going to throw you in this KBS prototype real quick. Really good shaft. Like I said previously, upgraded shafts. Hopefully we'll just tighten in that dispersion a little bit and kind of better perform for you overall.
Right.
So
All right.
we're going to try one more shaft. I think this is a good setup so far, but just in case, you always
see.
want to go and try the best stuff available, right?
Right. Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If you're like you're coming to these clubs, and most people, I feel like if you're coming to get a full set of fitted clubs, you're going to be using them for a while.
Yeah.
So you want it, let me try one more. It doesn't hurt.
Yep. You always want to make sure that you want to make sure that you're getting a good fitting. So it's like one of the things that I'll do when I'm fitting is I'll even if I feel like we're on a great, we found the perfect answer in the first shaft I hand you. Just so that I'm watching you hit balls for 12 weeks, right? So I feel like I'm going to give you a good shaft, but I'll have you hit the wrong shaft just to show you the difference.
Right, what it is. And
right?
I think people need to see that.
Yeah, because they need to understand, like, no, this one's too heavy. That's why we're going with that one.
Right.
Or this one's too light, so we need heavier. So you have to try to dial it in because you want them to be comfortable with their purchase too.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So,
all right.
Let me know what that one feels like to you. Don't worry about anything. Just make your same golf swing. Ooh, not bad. A little high. A good ball flight.
It's pretty similar with the carry in total too.
Yep.
So question, my ball speed.
Yep.
And club speed on average, where's that kind of lay for what you see? Like, do I have good speed? Obviously, I'm a little slower.
Yep.
But I like guys like PGA Tour. What are they up there as?
So for a 7-iron, they're at probably 94, 95 miles an hour.
Okay.
You're at about 80, 82.
Right.
Right? With a hybrid, they're probably at 100 miles an hour, and you're at 87.
Right.
Right?
So just a little bit difference. That's why I wanted to lay that out. I was thinking about that on the drive over here today. I was like, I want to ask him about that just so people can see, like, hey, also don't think you're going to hit it. You're going to swing like a pro. That's the reason why they're on the tour, man.
Well, there's a couple different reasons, I think. But, like, number one, their job is to play golf.
Right.
So when they're not golfing in a tournament, they're on the driving range for 6 hours. They're on the putting green for 2 hours. They're in the bunker for 2 hours. And they do a workout.
Yeah.
A golf-specific workout.
Right.
And they're purposely trying to hit the golf ball farther. And that's all they focus on in their entire life. All the rest of us, we really want to be good at golf and we practice as much as we can, but we have day jobs.
Well, we got to do things.
We have kids, we got whatever. So it's like we don't have time to do that. So you're not going to take someone that's been playing golf for 30 years and be able to compare him to someone that plays recreationally on the weekends.
Right.
Right? It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I would say that for the average, for America, average or world, you're above average speed-wise for everybody.
Okay.
But you're right on the kind of border of stiff and regular.
Yeah.
But you're gonna stay stiff because it's better for your numbers. But at some point you're gonna have to go to regular, which is fine.
Yeah.
Right. It's just gonna make your clubs work better for you whenever you do need to do that switch.
Right.
So if you start swinging your 7-iron around 75, 78, that's when we're going to look at: do we need to go lighter weight, or do we need to go lighter weight stiff, or do we need to go regular?
Right.
Because we need the club to click at the right point so we get the best optimal results.
Yep.
But right now you're in stiff, no problem. But
that was more of a personal question too, because I wanted to be like, am I hitting this, or are you going home and telling buddies how weak I am?
Nice fastball speed, might be supported. Nope. So, what do you think? How does that shaft feel compared to the other one?
Honestly, I feel like, and this could just be me saying it, but I feel like I'm lighter coming through with it. And I don't know why, but those last two.
So the shaft's 10 grams heavier.
This one is?
Yeah. Than the other one.
See, that's what I don't even feel that.
10 grams is nothing.
Right.
Right?
In the scheme of it, right.
Especially when it's built into a golf club, you can't really feel 10 grams. But 3 swings, 3 straight shots, better misses.
Yeah.
That's what upgrade shafts do. So I think I've said it before, but this is the way I always relate everything to myself when I'm trying to buy golf clubs.
Yeah.
Or when I'm looking at golf clubs, or I'm looking at anything. Like, I have 14 clubs. Maybe I want to buy an extra one just in case I need to switch out for a tournament, right? I'm playing a really, really link style golf course and I want to hit something low that's going to run. It's like, let's just say it's $400, right? Well, I know, like, I'm going to play golf 50, 100 times a year. And if I divide out how many times I hit that club and how long I'm going to keep that club for,
right,
it's like less than 10 cents or a penny a swing.
Oh,
So
trust
it's
me.
that's the way I look at upgrades.
That's been my argument for years with my wife when it comes to things I want to buy.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you understand how many years I'm going to use this for? So if you really break it down year to year, it's like $4. We're good to go.
Yeah, so like that is a $200 upgrade shaft with us. But when in the grand scheme of things, if you hit it that much better every time, it's well worth the 200, especially
Right.
if you use them a lot, you play a lot, or you gamble with your buddies,
Make it back.
you make it back,
Yeah.
right? So that's why I always say upgraded shafts are very key. Not necessarily because they perform so much better that it's just like out of this world, but they just bring everything in a little tighter,
Right.
So there are some great stock shafts out there, and sometimes people fit into them perfectly, and you can't beat it. You can't even beat it with an upgrade shaft.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, guys, the upgrade shafts are better, and then it just depends how much better it is if they want to make that decision.
Right.
But I would always recommend trying some upgrade shafts.
And
because
look at what you just did there. You threw like, hey, that's one sounds good, but let's throw you in this one and see what happens. And I mean, you gotta like those results, right?
I'm data driven, so I look at the numbers.
Club speeds up, carry totals up. Yeah.
Yeah, and 3 of them were pretty straight.
We're dead straight, right?
Very playable, right?
Where you want them, yeah.
Yeah. So hit one more
Now,
for me. I think we're sold.
I gotta back this up now, though. That was bad.
That's all right. You're allowed to hit a bad one.
I didn't like that one.
Fast. Didn't turn over, but fast. Still got
Right.
215 out of it. So you can see how the spin number? So very similar shot with the stock shaft, right?
Yeah.
High and to the right. Spin number at 4,000 instead of at 6,000. So that's why you still got 215 out of it.
Yeah. Still the distance, but look at that. I'm not spraying it.
No.
Like that miss off a tee all day long.
30 yards right.
Right.
So
Which you're finding it and you're getting a second at it.
yeah.
All
Hit
right.
one more and I think we're dialed in, man. Nice. A little low, but very, very playable.
Yep. That's funny. I know it's the weight's not much, but really I feel like I'm coming through it. And that might just be the head, changing those weights around, right?
Exactly. So there's a lot of different factors that come into fitting that a lot of people don't understand, but I would always recommend trusting your fitter. And we're here to try to make you guys play better golf. We're not here to just put you in a random club or to walk. We're here. We really, really enjoy watching people hit golf balls and trying to improve what they want.
Well, and at the end of it too, AJ, I think obviously you guys are here to make money. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But people are leaving and going out and talking about this product, using this product in front of everybody. So you obviously have to put them in the right thing. You're not just upselling them $200 shaft because you know that that's going to add $200 to the total bag.
Yeah.
You know that that's going to make them perform better, which in turn people see that and go, huh, maybe I got to go try that.
Yeah, and I mean, similar to a country club when I was a head pro. If I sell a guy a driver when I was at a country club, I sell him a driver, and he hits it bad, he's going to come and yell at me.
Right.
And I see him every day.
Yeah.
So it's like, I better get
He's
him
gonna be on you
I
for
better
it.
get him a good driver. Similar to here, people come back to the store and they're like,
yeah.
hey man, this driver didn't work out for me. And we're here like, hey, if it was my problem, if I fit you incorrectly, let's get you fixed up. We'll
Yeah.
get you dialed in. Or it could be you help them with the swing a little bit. Not necessarily give a golf lesson, but just show them like, hey, when you came in here, your path was 2 to the right.
Right.
Now it's 6 to the left.
Right.
And you show them, and then they start figuring out, and then they hit the driver good again.
Yep.
So sometimes they just need a little reassurance, or irons, or wedges, or putter, or whatever it comes down to. But yeah, PXG is a company. We'll stand behind everybody that we do the fittings with. If we did a bad job, which doesn't happen, but if we did, we're gonna own up to that mistake and get you into something that's gonna fit you better, or we're gonna at least be able to change the weights around, move the hosel setting,
Yeah, figure it out one way or the other.
get you into a better spot. We're not here just to sell you a golf club and never see you again. We want you to come back. We want you to be at the store buying golf balls, checking out apparel.
Just in my time here, I've seen it where some guys come in and just literally hang out.
Yeah.
See what might be new on the shelves, clothing wise, apparel wise, whatever. But then stop in. Hey, AJ, how you doing, man? Sit and talk to you for 10 minutes.
Yeah, like I said, it's almost like a mini country club, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have, obviously we don't see the same people every day, but we have a lot of our customers, not just mine, but Marcus and Mark and Nick and Danny, even in the retail side, that they have a relationship.
Right.
We text them every time something new comes out. We text them every time, if we know that they played in a tournament, we'll text them the week after and be like, hey, how was the tournament?
Right.
Or how the clubs work.
Just taking care of people.
Right? So we're just building relationships, and we want people to enjoy coming to PXG. And then, Mark has a guy that lives about an hour and a half away. He comes here every time to get fit for new golf clubs, every time a golf club comes out. But sometimes he doesn't want to drive here, so he'll just call us up and order it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Right? We're just here to take care of everybody.
Just take care of everybody. But again, this shows you switching out that shaft, how important the club fitting is, and that's why we've been doing this the whole time, just to show people how important it is to come and get your clubs fit, how much better it can make you, make you play the game and have fun while doing it. Because you're hitting good shots, you're having fun.
Yep.
So we're wrapped up with here. Next week, we're going to just run through the whole bag, right, from putter all the way up to driver, and show you kind of what we've been doing, maybe tweak some stuff, maybe not. Show you the total price of what that bag would be if I was going, hey, I want to leave with this one. Unfortunately, I'm in radio, so that's not possible. But we'll show you what everything is, wrap it all up, and this was a lot of fun series, man. But I can't wait to see the whole bag. We'll show you what your actual fitting would look like if you came in here for a full bag fitting.
Yeah, so just a little recap. Full bag fittings are 2 hours. So you're going to come in, you're going to bring your clubs.
That's the other thing. You're not spending all day here. People are like, oh, man, I don't have 4 or 5 hours to spare. 2 hours, you're in and out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that can't swing golf clubs for 2 hours. I don't want to come in here and swing golf clubs for 2 hours all out as hard as I can. So we kind of start with the irons, bounce between shafts till we get a good shaft. A lot of times that iron shaft carries over into your wedges. If not, we could always try some different wedge shafts where you're like, well, I want to get a little bit more spin, or I want it to feel a little lighter, or maybe some guys like it to feel a little heavier around the greens.
Yeah.
So you do that, and then you go into hybrids, right? And like I only had you hit a 3 hybrid, because if you want a 4 hybrid, it's going to be the same one, just a 4. Right? So we don't need to go through and do all the stuff for both of them. It's more or less where we try to find the top end or the bottom end and work to the middle.
Yep.
Right? So let's say you want a 3 and a 4 hybrid, and you want 5 irons through gap wedge, couple wedges, got the putter already figured out, or in the process we would do that. We go to fairway woods, go to driver, and then head over to putter, and then we look at the golf bags, and then that's pretty much the whole set.
Load it all up, and we'll show you guys what that finished product looks like. But this has been a lot of fun and informational as hell for me as well, just to know all this. Like I said, I came here as a guy who just grabbed clubs off the rack and learned how to play pretty decent golf with them.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see the process, and now it's just going to drive my wife nuts because that's all I'm going to be doing. I want to get back there. I'm going to go back there.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll be back next episode with the full bag and wrap this thing up.
Perfect.
Cool, man.